Good morning. How the devil are you? How's your weekend been so far? Well, you know what day it is. It's Sunday. It's 10 o'clock. So it's time for the famous Foxes Aftermath show run by the fans for you fans out there. Your opinion matters. So come on, get them comments in now. Let's get going. Come on, you Foxes.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Morning, lads and lasses. How the devil are you? Hope you're well. I hope you're good. Or should I say morning, Foxes, morning, Vixens. That's more politically correct nowadays, isn't it? Don't want to cause any trouble with that. But how are you? How are you feeling after the Gillingham game yesterday? What kind of performance was it? I want to get your views in today. I'm going to get as many comments as I can in. Was it a good performance? Was it a bad performance? Indifferent performance? What are your views? And to help us on this, I'm going to bring my little Jamie on. Here's my little Jamie Reedy. How the devil are you, pal? Are you good?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, mate. I'm fine. Well, you didn't go yesterday. You watched it on the TV a bit like me. I was meant to be flying. I was meant to be flying back and then getting the train or the bus, but things wouldn't align for me. So I'm actually quite pleased I didn't go yesterday because I found it a very tough watch yesterday.
I think everyone knows that I'm going to be a bit more positive on any sort of, even if we get back through now, I'm still taking the positive from it. And I think you got to take it with a pinch of salt, really, haven't you? Obviously, you're playing the League Two side as much as they are like at the bottom of the league. You've just got to be like, sometimes it might be harder than Premier League match because they're going to go for it. They're going to try and get the win against us. To get that against them in the league table, they're going to do it, aren't they? They're going to. Like it's the biggest day of the season, really. If you see about that, they're not going to be playing Leicester every day of the week. So for me, they're going to be going for it. So you just got to take the challenge, and hopefully you get the goals to get through them.
Yeah, it's like sorry, wrong one. Neil Birchnuffer says, but yesterday the result was really all that mattered. Yes, it was really all that mattered, but I would have liked a little bit of a better performance against a bottom of the table Division 2 team that have only scored 7 goals in 23 games. But yes, we got through. The positives was a W. We won, clean sheet, and minutes in the legs for some of the lads that haven't played and some of the younger lads as well.
Yeah, like I say, some of the youngsters playing got a few minutes in the legs. Also, the whole back line, I didn't realise until actually I started watching the game that all three of them are all different, which is good. We played a bit of a different formation as well. Maybe another positive. Maybe Rodgers is trying something else moving forward. I don't know. Probably not, but we can always think that way. But yeah, Sunchu, Vestergaard and Brunt did okay for me.
Yep.
Got a clean sheet, so I don't think you can ask for much more.
Yeah. Ross, I'll bring you on in a second, so just bear with us. I've seen you there. Nick Moore, morning, Jamie. Yesterday was poor, but at least Forest and Coventry and Newcastle all got knocked out. So there is a sort of a silver lining of that cloud, isn't there, today, pal?
Oh, yeah. And definitely as well, Newcastle, obviously they lost to Sheffield Wednesday, I think.
Sheffield Wednesday, yeah.
Going into the cup game on Tuesday, hopefully that gives us a bit of a momentum to try and beat them.
Coventry lost to Wrexham, didn't they, Reader? Have you found out where Wrexham is yet?
Shut up.
Patrick, let's just bring Ross in before I read this comment. Morning, Ross. How are you, pal?
I am sound.
Patrick has said, "A truly dreadful performance. We shaded it against the worst side in top 40 in English football." Would you agree with that, Ross? And what was your take on it yesterday in 2 words? No, go on. Say what you want, mate.
End of the day, we got through, but I wish we played better. Like, I mean, I was a bit going into the game, I had a little bit of Newport in us. You know, that time when we lost a few years ago. All right, but at the end of the day, that team's good enough to win the game anyway. Because I didn't want any excuses. Oh, they played a B-side. At the end of the day, that team's strong enough to win the game. I mean, it was good in Nacho. I mean, Nacho, have you seen Nacho's record in the FA Cup? Is it 16 goals in 22 or something?
22.
That's incredible. You know, he's like, it's amazing. I mean, obviously, the year we won the FA Cup, it got us there with the goals. But we're in the fourth round. They're draws today, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought it was tomorrow night.
Apparently, it's tomorrow. It's today, apparently.
Oh, is it?
Concludes I think it's either after the Man City Chelsea game or before.
Well, in that case, if it's tonight, then everyone in the comments put who you want to in the next round. Let's see, have a little competition.
I couldn't tell you.
There's no prizes for first place, but just between yourself, you get a pat on the back from me. Who you want in the next round? Just put it in the comments. Who you want in the. Hello, Charlie. How are you, pal?
Hello.
Are you good?
Are you good?
Yeah.
Did you watch the game yesterday, we dad?
No, I was working.
You were working.
Well, yeah, managed to watch the game.
You were working. Like Tom says, very painful watch. Job done. We need a massive improvement going into the Newcastle game, Jamie. Yes, do you agree with that one, Reedy?
Yeah. I'm just going to go back to the game. I forgot who we were playing against now. Gillingham. Yeah, saying that it's sometimes going to be harder than a Premier League match because they're going to be up for it. A lot of teams got knocked out by a lower league side yesterday, so it was always on the cards. And as long as you get through the game, really, I don't really care. You just got to move on, and hopefully, going into the Newcastle game against a team that's just lost in another cup game, hopefully we can do well against them.
There you go, Ross. It's just been confirmed by Chris. 4:05 at 5 minutes past 4. Emma Heskey is doing the draw. We are ball number 21.
We're always 21. Most times we're always 21.
Most times, yeah. Andy Sheep has gone for Wrexham away. I'd love to. I've said this in the League Cup. Wrexham away would be a quality game, I think. Ross.
It's in Wales, Reader.
Yeah, I know. He's not. Reedy's not too sure. You got the wrong Jamie though. I know where it is. It's North Wales.
That's what I'm about. Yeah, I'm educating a little Reedy here. So it's, place in Wales. They're in the English leagues. And I'll say, yeah, that's a good point. Do you know who? Here you go, Reedy. Do you know who owns Wrexham?
Is it Ryan Reynolds?
No,
not
just Deadpool. Him. It's Deadpool.
Not just him though.
No, it's not Deadpool. Shut up.
It is.
It's Ryan Reynolds. Shut up.
It's not. It's Deadpool.
I ain't got a clue.
Rob McElhaney or whatever his name is.
Yeah, but to answer people's question, who do you want in the FA Cup? I mean, after seeing Wednesday win yesterday against Newcastle, I'm going to pick Wednesday away. I mean, tell you, that's my local.
I don't want
Sheffield Wednesday
because my mate is called the Big Ginger Didar. He's a huge Sheffield Wednesday fan, and I do not want to play against because the amount of abuse I will get.
Well, saying that though, we don't have a good record at Hillsborough, so actually no, that.
Anyway,
I won't mind Sheffield United. Actually, that'll be.
They're playing quite well.
Problem is, we're going to get one of the big boys. We know we are.
We'll go back to yesterday's game, Ross.
Yeah,
the first half, we didn't even create chances. Well, we had one chance against the bottom team in the league. I was trying to be positive yesterday, but I couldn't be because the game, like I said to Radio, it was hard to watch. It was a struggle to watch really yesterday. Well, that first half in particular, because we lack quality, we lack creativity. It looked like we're lacking of ideas as well, Ross.
We did. It's literally, it reminded me a couple of years ago, Fleetwood, back away a few years ago. We did. Last ever team to win the League Cup final So, yeah, we just struggled a lot. And, I'm not expecting us to go out and win 10-0. I know the bottom of League 2 and stuff. They just got new owners and that. So they're probably, a bit more up for it and stuff and that. But I would have liked to have seen us play better. But if we'd have lost, it'd be a whole different conversation today, I tell you. But it's one of them things. And like I said, a lot of people have said about it. Sorry, I'm just reading that.
Yeah, go on. Carry on, Ross.
We were saying, and a lot of teams got knocked out yesterday. We can take that momentum. So we got Newcastle in the League Cup on Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever day it is.
See, Ross, which one's more important, Newcastle or Forest on Saturday?
It's got to be Forest. However, I would like to see us win the League Cup. A lot of people always complain about, Mickey Mouse, blah, blah, blah. End of the day, it gets you in Europe and it's silverware.
But, all right then, but on that comment, Kiefer has put League Cup quarterfinal Tuesday. Why don't fans want us to win Tuesday? Chances to get to Wembley and get some more silverware. Go full strength and win. On our day, we can beat. Just because we lost to them on Boxing Day doesn't mean we're going to lose again. We need to be up for it. Forest or Wolves in the semis. We beat them.
Yeah.
The problem is, right, totally agree with that. What you just said, Ross, the League Cup, yes, gets us to Europe. But 18th, 19th, the 20th gets us into the Championship.
That's true.
I'm sorry, but there's like 3 games away. It's like.
But what would you want? Would you want to get to a final and win it, and being 18th, 19th, or 20th place? Because I definitely know what I would want. I would not lose against Newcastle and finish 17th and stay in the Premiership.
But I don't think we'll do that though. That's the problem. I think there's only 3 or 4 games left in this Carabao Cup league.
Read it.
Well, it's 2 then.
We are 2 points off relegation place.
It doesn't matter. There's still at least 3 or 4 worse teams than us.
And I think Leeds have got a game in hand of us. We're 2 points, 17 points from 18 games. People seem to, with all these blue-tinted glasses, even the commentators yesterday were said, the female co-commentator said, "Oh yeah, Leicester have improved now. They won't be going down." They're 2 points off. We're 2 points off relegation.
I don't think, in my own opinion, I don't think we're in danger at the moment. I don't think we are. What,
2 points off relegation?
We could be 2 points off, but I don't think we are I don't think we are in danger. We can completely beat some people.
Mick Hewitt has gone for Forest is more important. Tom says, do you want a championship tour? Because I definitely don't want a championship tour.
I don't
Adam Tucker has gone, we ain't getting relegated. See, people.
The thing is, I agree to, but right, there's 2 arguments in it. I can see, we'll talk more sense, Jamie, to start with, meaning you, yes, you. It's always you. About, you don't want a championship tour, and obviously Forest is more important, which I get, but at the same time, you've got to think, so people come to clubs for silverware. Now, a lot of people disregard the League Cup. End of the day, it's still a trophy. You ask a Tottenham fan, you ask a Newcastle fan, you ask Everton, well, they're not anyway, but you ask any of them, they say, would you like to win the League Cup? And they would absolutely... Don't insult Mark Albrighton, Jesus.
I'm going to say.
I know. I ain't got a big nose, it's fine.
Poor Kevin.
Ooh, poor Kevin.
I know. Leave Kevin alone. See, but yeah, they want to win the League Cup. I want to win it. I'll back in the 90s, that was our baby.
Yeah. Adam Behag has said too many people are saying we are too good to go down. We are not too good to go down. If we were too good, we wouldn't be in this situation. Aggie Fifth as well has been to every single game this season. Big up Aggie. Been to every game this season, home and away for years, and this side is in big danger of going down.
I think, do you know what though? I believe it's the loss of Kasper Schmeichel, is the morale. I mean, a lot of people, say, oh, it's just one player, but one player just makes importance. I think losing him was bad because we didn't have a time to get a replacement in. So shocking. That's a bit weird. But if in the day, if you go down, you deserve to go down. It's one of them things.
Like Zach's just said, the American Fox reader. The thing is, the League Cup prize is around about 100,000. But if we drop out of the league, that's a lot more money to lose than just winning 100,000.
I'm not saying the Premier League isn't important. I'm just saying that there's only 2 or 3 games, whatever it is, left in this cup. If we can get past Newcastle, it doesn't. I'm sorry, but it does not make too much of a difference if we stay up or go down.
Neil Bertram says at the moment, other than Southampton, it's hard to say we are better than any other side at the minute.
We're better than Everton.
Who are we actually better than?
Better than Everton. Better than West Ham.
Just because we're 2 points ahead in 13th place. We've lost 3 on the trot.
Better than Wolves.
We've lost 3 on the bounce, and we're still in 13th place. We were 13th before the break, and we're now 13th again. Still, after 3 on the trot, all the teams have been able to get points and creeped up behind us.
Now, it doesn't help that Forest beat Southampton the other day. No, yeah, they beat Southampton the other day. Yeah,
Yeah, they
beat
won 1-0.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like even that's the point. Like Forest, that bad, and they're still beating the lower league side, the bottom sides.
Another thing as well, you do realise Forest have unbeaten in the last 5-6 home games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Like Scott Simpson, in all fairness, I think it's when we got rid of Puel. It's like, so I think he's missed the word like out. When we got rid of Puel, it's like that. I think it is as well. I really do. Sam, morning, Sam. Oh, at least, bloody hell. Reedy, Sam's up early in the morning. That's unusual. Staying in the Premier League is a must. Championship with our wages would kill us. Yes.
Again, I'm not going to deny the Prem is a must, but it's just I don't think it's that big of a deal if we are to go through the cup. It's like, would you want to just decide to lose against Newcastle on purpose? No.
I'm not saying this. No, I don't want the club ever to lose a game of football. I want them to win every single game, but I'm realistic to know we're not going to win every single game. I know that we're not going to win every single game. I want them to, but I know we're not. I want us to put up a good performance. I know. You know what? Even I would take a 1-0 defeat with a huge performance and a fantastic performance, a bit like the Liverpool performance, and losing the cup and take that confidence into the Forest game and go towards the Forest game.
Surely you'd want to win that game with a brilliant performance and then go in and then have the momentum to keep winning.
Exactly.
But a lot of people are saying, oh yeah, the performance is good, we'll get it sometime. The time is coming out. We've only got 20 games left of the season. We've got 60 points to play for. We've got to start thinking what the priorities are for this season.
Yeah, I just don't think there's that many difference playing 2 or 3 extra games to get maybe a trophy.
Well, you've got to play Newcastle, then you've got to play the semi-final, and then you've got to play the final. So there's 4 games. You've got an FA Cup game in between. So there's 5 extra games that we've got 8 players missing through injuries, and it doesn't look like they're coming back very soon.
And we might get players coming in the window.
He's already making excuses about that. He's already making excuses saying we haven't got a lot of money to spend. But as you've brought that up, Reedy, it brings me into the transfer window. The transfer window. The first one, we're looking, they're saying Ross, a left back, a centre back, and a winger. That's what they seem to be talking about, don't they? Really?
Yeah. I mean,
the first one on the hit list that John Percy has talked about, which is the only person I really listen to. Forget that for Rebo Ratson, whatever his name is.
Fabrizio Romano.
That's the one. Reedy.
My best mate.
Oh, Reedy's best mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Tommy Christensen, he used to play for us years ago. Victor Christensen from Copenhagen is a left back.
For a second, I thought young Robbie Savage.
20 million he's up. 20 million he's up for. What do you think, Ross?
Obviously, I'm not seeing him much play,
sorry,
so I can't.
10 to 15 million he's up for. Sorry, not 20 million.
Well, at least it's not like 40 million not odds or 30 million like Perez and stuff.
He's only 20. He's played 75 games already for Copenhagen. He's also played in the Champions League.
So that last part again, sorry, James.
He's 20. He's played 75 games, and he's also played in the Champions League for FC Copenhagen as well.
And they're a good side, Copenhagen, to be fair. I mean, in the day, is he Danish?
Yes, Danish under 21.
Now, we've had some good luck and bad luck in regards to Danish players. I mean, if he can bring Kasper back, wouldn't that be great?
No, I would have Kasper back in a million years.
Really?
The last 18 months, I think Kasper went downhill. I really do.
Yeah, he did, yeah. His kicking got worse.
As much as he was in the changing rooms,
I think
on the pitch.
We're missing that leadership there. I mean, I know he's not been the great last before he left, but that's the thing, we're missing that leadership, killer instinct.
See, here's one for you. Nick Moore has said, no money. Where's the Fofana money gone? With Cags and Yuri Vestergaard all potentially going, maybe Perez as well this month. How can we say we've got no money? I'm going to add to that, Nick. We took a loan out against that money. Remember, a couple of months ago, we took a loan out against that money because it's paid in instalments. I think it was 46 million. Where's that gone? What's happened to that? Now all of a sudden, Brendan Rodgers has said, we've got to get 3 players in before the window. And before this game, he says, we haven't got a lot to spend.
I reckon I reckon he's relying on the. It's like relying for. I mean, I reckon he's doing again where Cags, obviously, is it Atletico Madrid that are looking at him?
Yeah.
You know, like how Fofana didn't go to like 3 days before the transfer window shut. I think it's going to be one of them again, and then we ain't got time to make replacements.
Unfortunately, if we lose Cags, he's like my favourite player. I love Cags, but he's my favourite player. If we lose him, I wouldn't be too disappointed because his form was a bit dodgy last year, and he's been let down this year by Brendan Rodgers. Normally, Brendan can put an arm around his shoulder and talk about things, but I think something's gone on, and it's not quite right there. I think so. If he goes, I think it's the right move.
But Marty's not a centre back, honestly. Like, he's such a liability, you know. At this rate, I'd rather get rid of Daniel Martin, sell him, but make sure we don't get any. Well, if we sell Daniel Amarte, I wonder how many bottles of Crown we can get with that.
But Reedy, like, where's that comment gone from the councillor? I've just lost it.
This one.
Let's say we have nominated club. Just there you go.
This one.
Yeah.
We can't publicly say we have money. Clubs are just putting prices up. We've got no money anyway, Reedy. So they say. Then all of a sudden they've got 46 million. Where's that 46 million gone?
I don't know. I don't know what we can question really. It's the club. It's Rodgers. What can you say? You just gotta hope that before the window closes, you bring a few in, even if it is on loan.
See, like the councillor said there, Cags, about Cags. Madrid have got one of the strongest defensive units in Spain for the last 10 years. And they want to bring him in, and Cags can't get into the Premiership and into a Premiership team at the minute. I don't understand. Something's gone on behind the scenes.
It's like it reminds me a little bit. You know when Aubameyang, whatever you call him, has gone to Chelsea.
Aubameyang.
He said, "Oh, I can't wait to reunite with Thomas Tuchel." And the next minute he gets sacked. Now he's about as much use as a nun's tip, right? So that's the problem. I think if Cags left, and then Rodgers gets sacked, Cags may regret leaving us. I personally don't want him to leave me. I think let's say he left or got sacked or whatever, and the next manager comes in, he can build that confidence back up with Cags. That's exactly what happened with Hardy. He weren't exactly playing great under Puel, and then Rodgers came in, obviously then he was a different person. So maybe, I don't know, a change of management could do it, because the interviews is coming out with sometimes. Like I said, you know, I give him the benefit of the doubt when we win in them games, you know, before the World Cup. And then also these last 3 games, I mean, Newcastle was just pathetic. You know, I can take losing, but the manner of losing was terrible. You know, when we lost 1-0 to Man City, we played well. We just great free kick from De Bruyne. And hit the bar.
But it's getting to that point though, Ross, where playing well is no good.
Exactly.
There's only 20 games left.
But at least you've seen him put a good performance and lose to a team like Manchester City.
But we had a good performance and lost against Liverpool, admittedly in lucky circumstances.
So the first goal was definitely Faz's fault. You can hear Danny Ward clearly saying it's my ball. The second one, there's no you can do on it. End of the day, it's a bad day at the office. We've all had them days at work, or you think, oh, it's a terrible day, just forget about it. It's one of them things that happens. It moves on. End of the day, there's been players who've scored 2 own goals before. Jonathan Walsh is a striker, and he's scored 2 own goals. So it's not all that bad.
And missed a penalty that day.
And exactly, I missed a penalty that day as well. So end of the day, it's one of them things.
Yeah. Just going on about transfers again, we're on about centre halves as well. Harry Sutter, I think his name is pronounced. Australian international, played against Argentina in the World Cup. He played all of the games. He plays for Stoke. And they won about 10 million for him. 6'6", and he's 24.
Wow.
Really? Is he one you haven't heard of again, or do you know anything about him?
Never even heard of him.
Never heard of him. Somebody actually says here, Ross, you're speaking sense. So
either that or they're hallucinating.
Probably, yeah. It depends what you're drinking there. Centre half, a 6'6" Australian international player for Stoke. Is he the kind of player that we want to go for? Because the last 6'6" bloke hasn't really done it for us, has he? Aggie Fifth has gone, would you go for Danny Ings as a striker? No.
But end of the day, where the goals are going to come from, at the end of the day, we can't keep relying on Madison. I know. I think Nacho needs the second coming of Iniacho, because a few people have said it about Nacho. The year we won the FA Cup, he was our top goal scorer. You know, he was more goals than Vardy. He was on fire. And then all of a sudden now, he's hardly getting a sniff.
Yeah.
I think next, when we play Forest, I'll throw it out there. Put him up front. End of the day, Vardy's not scoring. Daka's not
I think
scoring.
Vardy's got 4, Daka's got 3, Nacho's got 2. That's our strike force.
So I'd rather put, end of the day, stick Nacho up front. Do something different. You know, because Vardy's not been great this season, you know, in regards to goals-wise. People talk about, he plays well and stuff. At the end of the day, you're a striker. You need to score goals and stuff. And he hasn't scored that. But the thing is, though, you look at, you know, we might need another striker. But if Nacho can pull out some performances and get in that side, hopefully he can. You know,
Rodgers has said he ain't can really play with the 2 up top. But I don't think we really need the strike force is there, but it's just not firing. I don't think we really need.
It doesn't help when you're just barely getting any service. Barnes at the moment, awful.
Cheers, Sam Woolman, for the £5. Any news on the stadium expansion and what's the score prediction for the Leicester Brighton? Well, the Leicester Brighton game's in 2 weeks. We're a bit early for that. Hopefully, the Leicester Brighton game would be a win for us, wouldn't it, Reader? Because that's the game after. That's the game after Forest, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'll take it. I'll take a win.
I'll take a win. As for the stadium expansion, not an awful lot of news. I know it's been passed, but there's no official date for when it's going to be started yet. I think they're all looking at 2025. I think God knows when. But yes, Sam. Cheers for the £5. And as for the Brighton game, I would say a win at all costs, really, for the Brighton game. Wouldn't you say, lads?
The Brighton have been really, you know, since that new manager's come in. I can't pronounce his name. Like,
you asking me to pronounce his name, Ross? You must be joking.
No, well, true.
But we've got a tough run, haven't we? We've got a huge run the next 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Some of the games we've got, including Brighton, have scored 10 away goals in the last 2 games, haven't they?
We can just be glad, though, it's not gone to it. Because remember, if we drew this game yesterday, it would have gone to a replay. So let's
we didn't know we won.
Let's just thank goodness for that.
We won. Just going on the last bit of business of transfer of a really big, not really big transfer news, but for us it's his transfer news. Me and Reedy were sort of discussing this bloke's name, Azedin Onahi. We think it's Azedin Onahi. Onaha. Or something like that. Ross, have you heard of him?
Hey, I've been watching quite a bit of Morocco. Obviously, I was rooting them to win the World Cup. You know, end of the day, when they beat Spain, they only beat Spain, Portugal, and Belgium to get there. Not too bad. That's not a bad run, to be fair. You know, I basically watched every World Cup game pretty much, and I watched every Morocco game, and it did really well. You know, and they've got a good squad in there. So
he's a 20-year-old winger from Morocco, plays for Morocco, but he's playing in the French league for Angers, who are bottom of the table, and they want 20+ million for him. Although so far this year he hasn't scored or hasn't assisted.
I was going to say Neil's just said the thing I was going to say.
There is reports that he could be going Napoli, but there's reports of every man and his dog going Napoli at the minute. Even Perez might be going Napoli. He might be going Roma as well.
Reedy's going to play, I've heard. I've heard Imagine Napoli TV.
We'd have to speak a bit of Italian on that one, Ross.
Ross,
style.
Ross, have you seen an update on that Weghorst?
Oh yeah, he's going to Man U in here.
You're joking.
So that Weghorst, you know,
my mates that are Burnley supporters absolutely detest him.
I loved him. I absolutely loved him. He was a shit house.
Hey, I tell you what, in that World Cup though, end of the day, that 100th minute equaliser was insane when he just came on and just got 2 goals out of nothing.
Like Sam's just says, all we can do is stay positive and hope for some luck. The players that start performing better, we haven't got any luck with injuries 9 and hope. Well, there's actually 8 because Dakar played 8, Sam, and not anymore, which is what we need. We do need a bit of luck, don't we, lads, for the next few weeks?
Well, like I say, if Rodgers wants to moan about injuries, this is the point where even if on loan you get players coming in, you've got to do it because we do need. I said that one reason why we're struggling at the moment is because we've had the same team for about 3 or 4 years now. It happened the same with Liverpool. They're playing with the same players for about 3 or 4 years in a row, and they started getting stale. And that's why they started bringing in the likes of Gakpo, the likes of Diaz, the changing up their front line. Now, we're playing with Barnes still, we're playing with Vardy still, we're playing with Perez still. We're getting very, very stale.
Aggie, this is a question for Aggie.
Well,
what would you rather have? 2 up top or Barnes back into the side? Because that's the only way you get 2 up top. Because for some reason, Aggie, Brendan loves having Barnes. But yes, I do agree it's about time Barnes stepped up. But do you think we should have 2 up top or have Barnes in instead? That's for Aggie. You, Reedy, what do you think on that one?
Barnes on form, you wouldn't want to drop him. But at the moment, he has to be dropped. Because he has to be dropped because he's just not doing anything. He's not doing any creative attacking runs to make attacks for Vardy or anything. So realistically, you would drop him at the moment and play Kel Daka or Kellen Vardy. You have to.
Ross, here's one quickly for you. Would you have him back, Maguire? Yes or no?
Yes, but at a cheaper rate. No, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we talk about loyalty players and stuff like that. You know, we chat about his name and all that stuff about the Soyun Chu. But at the end of the day, he left. He was so professional until the day he left. We sold him for a big price. I'm sure we can. If we're going back for a cheap price, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
One, the lad in the middle, the old Brighton lookalike in the middle can answer this. Should you be ahead of Barnes after his last 2 displays? Kevin.
Maybe. I don't know.
But he puts more crosses in. That game against Fulham when he came on, he put so many more crosses in.
As much as I like O'Brien, I just think his days are numbered because he just keeps doing the same thing every 2 minutes. And for me, as much as the one pass that he does, well, the one cross he does is perfect. The rest of them are just average crosses that just go nowhere with it. As much I don't want to hate on him, but the crosses with him at the moment, it's just every time you see O'Brien on the ball, he's looking for that cross, and it just gets a bit boring to watch. It's more boring than playing around the back.
Oh God, it can't be.
I hate when he pass that back.
The tippy tappy football. It's not. Vardy. Oh, this is a bit controversial. Vardy has to go. We have been too good. Too many. Well, he said Vardy has to go. Ross, quickly, do you think it's nearly the end of the era for Vardy? Because he can't go on forever, can he?
I understand that, and I know he's no he's no Kevin Poole where he played till about 60. But I think end of the day, it's when he's ready to retire. You know, he still obviously does make a bit of a nuisance. Yes, he might not be as much of a nuisance like a couple of years ago, but he's still going to try and cause some nuisance.
But there was 2 chances that he could have yesterday. 2 years ago, he would have buried them 2 years ago.
Yeah. I just think there's been a lot of obviously things that have gone off, obviously, behind the scenes, obviously with his wife being in, all that stuff. So it's one of them things. It just happens, and hopefully he gets a few goals and gets back to what he does best. See what we go from there.
Yeah. Vards off the bench should be his place now and start with Kel. Yes, I think Kel is more of a confidence player and needs game time to start scoring goals. Really, I think.
I say Daka and Kel should start games, and then he should come on as a sub and change over Daka. Ross,
very quickly, 2 questions. The score for Newcastle and who you want in the cup?
Score for Newcastle, depends on what team it is. I'm going to say 2-1 Leicester.
Everyone else, put the score for Newcastle and who they want in the cup before we go.
FA Cup is my main one. I'm going to go with 2. Both Sheffield clubs. United and Wednesday away.
You can only play one. You can only play one.
Wednesday.
You said United.
We've not played them in 10 years, so I'd love to see that.
No, United. We played them about 3 years ago in the Premier League.
Wednesday.
Oh, Sheffield Wednesday.
We haven't played them since 2013 at Hillsborough. So.
Brett's going for 2-0 Newcastle. John Squire's going. Are you going? Hashtag. Are you going Tuesday night? Are you going, Reedy?
I'm not. No.
Ross, it'll be nearly a home game for you. It's closer than Leicester, isn't it?
What's that?
Going to Newcastle. It's been closer than Leicester.
Well, John, will John be going there? That's the big question.
Jono said he was. Yeah.
Jono said he was. Right then, Ross. Cheers for joining us, and we'll see you again next week sometime. See you later, pal. Be good. See you, Charlie. Bye now. See you later, Ross. Read it. Oh, hashtag's not going. Blimey. Hashtag's not going. I can see us beating the Councillor 2-1 at 1-0 to the beating Leicester. Sorry, what's that? I can see us beating the 2-1-0. Nigel Stevens has gone for 2-1 Leicester. Reedy, what are you thinking? I know it's hard for you to think, but what are you thinking?
I'll take a 2-1 win.
You'd take a 2-1 win? Yeah, I would as well. Of course, I'm going to go for a Leicester win. I can't go for a draw, can I? Because it goes to penalties.
Yeah, you don't penalties at their ground, do you?
And come on then, pick a name out of the hat. Come on, who do you want in the next round of the Cup?
Fleetwood Town.
Fleetwood Town. Did they win yesterday? Yeah, they won. No.
Yes, they did.
They were drawing 2-2 with QPR last time I saw. What was the score? 2-1?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 2-2. I must have been looking at the result below it. I'm going. I'd love to have Wrexham, but also I'd like to get the winner out of Birmingham or Forest Green.
Oh, I don't want to go to Forest Green.
You what? You wouldn't want to go Forest Green?
I think it's too far away, isn't it?
It's not that far away. We've had this. We've had this before, haven't we? I can't actually remember where it is now. We were told a few weeks ago where it is. Only because I know the Forest Green manager, so that's why I'd like to have the Forest Green.
Well, I would like to say Wrexham.
But... John Hashtag has gone for Wrexham as well. You'd have to sit on his bus so you'd know where to go in, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, like I say, I don't know if I'll be going if it's that far away.
Birmingham away. Well, I'd rather have them at home. Birmingham at home. Or
I'll take any draw at home. Any draw, even if it's a big team, I'll take them at home.
Forest. Oh, Tom. So where is it then? Forest Green is nearer me. So Tom's in Worcester. So whereabouts is? Oh, it's Gloucester. Forest Green's in Gloucester. So yeah, so it is near him, isn't it? Boreham Wood up Accrington. Sam's gone for a 2-0 Leicester win. Gloucester, Nailsworth. I think it's in Gloucester. So yeah, it's all in Gloucester. So right. All right then, Reedy. That's it for this week. Not far for Wrexham. No, it's not far for Wrexham, is it? It's not far for Wrexham.
No.
So Reedy's having the time. Oh, you and Tom are doing the watch along on Tuesday night, aren't you?
We are, yeah. Me and Tom doing the Newcastle massive.
The main man, Tom's doing it for us and you. Rightio, pal. We shall see you in the week sometime. I'm sure I'll speak to you or take the mickey out of you sometime through the week.
Always,
don't
mate.
Forget, make sure you make a proper cup of tea for the lads Monday morning.
I will do. I've got my
You better.
Ready.
You better. All right, see you later, pal. Be good. Right then. Cheers for all watching. Thanks a lot. I wasn't going to have a moan because if you follow some of my tweets on Twitter, I've been moaning a lot and I've had a lot of abuse about me moaning all the time. It's my opinion. I can say what I like on Twitter. If you don't like it, don't follow me. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, the Fox's Arms, more than welcome. Right. Ciao, ciao. Adios. Goodbye. Top of the morning to you. Come on, you Foxes.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.